Hey guys, it's Sharon with Little Britain Company. Welcome to the channel. Today, I am continuing on with smashing this paper pack, which you all voted on. So we're doing the Sunflower Market Mega Pack. I had to go look at the name again. And today I'm going to be doing some of the recipe files. So I know some of you were interested in these. So I've already pulled out some papers to go with these files. I'm going to be cutting these down. I get these from Target. And they are, I don't have the box anymore. I'll see if I can find the link for it if you're interested. I love these files. They are not flimsy. They are really nice and substantial. Just really good. They're heavier duty than cardstock. So really nice. But I picked out three colors that I like with this one. This one already has something chunked out of it. And then 3, 4, this really cool coral one. So I think this set has 5 or 6 different colors. And when I was reminding myself how to do this, I grabbed one of the blue ones and I just made a really quick one out of some leftovers from a different paper pack. So this is what we're going to be doing. This one. And I'm just using a regular paper clip to hold this together. I should make some other cool, but I do the hidden paper clips. We just did the hidden ones with this. Let me get closer. Okay, so I start. I'm going to move this a little bit more so you can see better. Hopefully you can see the whole thing. I've got my big shot in the way. Okay, so first thing I do is I just break this down. I don't like this crease. It's thick. It's very thick. So I'm actually just going to get really, really close to it and get rid of it. On both sides of this. And again, I don't know if you can see how, I'll try to turn that. It's super close. I'm really just kind of shaving off that little bit. That little bit that's in the way. Goes over there, and I really only have to, let's do that again, and I only have to do that to one side. So that is the first step. And then my second step is I always make these 5 inches across, and then I'll show you. So I'm making these 5 inches. And I do like that I can flip them over to make them slightly different by 5. And then that goes to the side. If you've seen the paper clips, this is the stuff that I'm putting the hidden paper clips on to kind of show them off. So put that aside. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this one. But this one's always kind of a pain because I want this piece in the middle. Let me measure that one more time. These are each 1-inch blocks, by the way. All right. So this section is approximately 4 inches. So I can only have a 1/2 inch on each side. So, okay. If that's, then that needs to be at 4.5, approximately. I'm going to get it about as close as I can get it. Because I do want to use, now on this side I'm just going to use the 5. And it does not have to be perfect. Good gracious, I am so not perfect. It does not have to be perfect. Y'all might have noticed. Okay, so, you know, I got close-ish. That's close-ish. So that's not exactly in the middle, but that's okay. These I'm going to be using for some of the other smaller folders later. But I think for today, I'm just going to make the big ones. And you can see too, this one is going to be a lot taller than the other two. It's just the way it's folded over. So I've got those two. I'm going to go ahead and do these two. I'm going to put these pieces all to the side. Now, this one is different. With this one, because the file folder had, you know, basically the 2 tabs on either side and the one in the middle, I'm getting 3 out of that. I can get 3 out of this easy. I probably get more if I just decide to change my dimensions slightly. But I'm not gonna. I'll show you why. I'm gonna start. Get rid of that. And then, let's see, 1 second. Okay. You all may not even realize I just paused it for a minute. So again, I am going to get rid of just a smidge. And it's, can you get it? It's this. That's all I'm getting rid of. Because it's just, it's too ridged. Ridged? I get ridged as it. Ridged is as good a word as any, I suppose. So, I'm trying to remember. I didn't write the dimensions down for this one. All right. For this one, I'm going to go to this side and do a straight at 5 inches. This is going to be a mid-sized file folder when I do that one later. And I'm going to be able to use my my die with this one. I might be able to get 2 sections out of it. And then these will be the mini wallet ones that I make. So those just go aside. So you know later when you're watching where all that came from. Then, oh, I didn't do this one yet. This one goes to my 5 inches. I'm actually completely leaving this one off. I'm not going to do anything with this one. Just I'm going to use it for this for the mid-size file folders. So I put that aside. So now I have these. Oh, where does this one go? That was that size. Okay. I'm not using that one. That's what that size is going to be. Okay. So with this one, I am grabbing just a pencil. And this one's actually going to go down. I don't actually like that little corner there. So I have a tendency to kind of get rid of it. So you can see better what I'm doing. I'm just tracing around it. It's going to give me my cutting guideline for this one. So I can measure properly when I fold these. Okay. As I stop talking, it's that whole, I'm just concentrating. While I'm doing this, I just want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Guys, you have blown me away. Everybody who's been with me for a while. And all you guys who are new, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. Appreciate your being here. I appreciate any of the likes that you can give me. the channel moving and going forward, and that's always so important to those of us who do content. Okay, so I want to show you, we're going to have two different sizes, and they're approximate because when I cut, you know, it's not an exact science. So again, these are an inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is about 8.5. It, you know, pretty darn close to 8.5. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one's 9.5. And those numbers are only important later when we start to get some stuff done with them. Okay, so this just goes super fast. All I do, and have to decide, I think for both of these I'm going to have the coral up front. So I take them and I'm really just giving it a good fold. I do, my bone folder. Good gracious, oh there's. I do always take my bone folder to these. So, okay, so first fold. I think we're gonna stick with the bold colors on the outside. It is super important that these are lined up properly here and there. I'm just going to go bold because the things that I picked are kind of bold. Yeah, that's good. So I just roll it up, as you can see, to this lowest section here. Oh, and I don't do it with this one. This one's going to have the other side because I want to hide that. I actually could do it this way because it's going to get hidden either way. Let me see if there's anything here I want to do with the lighter yellow because these are going to be my yellows. Oh, I kind of like the, oh, that's the harder row. No, I'm sticking with the hard yellow. I'm going to stick with the hard yellow. Do watch out for things like that. I mean, companies like to mark their product. So, and I know I was interested in doing the corals with these because I'm going to be using these two. Yeah, I just think the coral is just going to give it the more of the pop. That's pretty close to that coral in this one. So, this, which means I have to do it this way. Yep. Okay. So, pretty easy peasy. I've got 5 ready to go. And the next thing that I like to do, literally when I put these over here, I put them on top of what I was using. Put this right there. That's where they belong. Silly me. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I've got all of my punches done. And I'm using this little handy, I don't know if this is, I don't actually think this is the We Are Memory Keeper. It might be. It looks like it. But I get stuff from all over and don't always remember. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to try to punch these out because it's just not going to go in properly. Neither one of those. I am, however, because I don't like that. Yeah, I'm going to try to straighten that one up a little bit. But not yet. Right now, I'm just worried about getting these. I am, for anybody who's new, I am, well, I was a teacher. I still call myself a teacher, but more so these days I'm a librarian. I still teach a few technology classes because I am my school's instructional technology facilitator. So I do some STEM classes. Put that one in. I love STEM. It's all about making and doing and learning new skills. It's my favorite. All right. And, you know, you absolutely could do just one of these, put this aside. This also makes great albums. It's just so nice and heavy. But it's not, you don't have to use the chipboard if you're making an album with this. Okay. So my next order of business. Now, I might leave that right now if I don't want to deal with it. What I will do is I'm going to, since I can't get that in, I'm just going to use this. So you can, hopefully you can see that. These are my favorite little scissors. So for any of these little corners, because I can't punch them, I just do a quick cut. And for right now, I think I'm going to leave that. Think about that. Get all of those little bits off the table. Okay. So now I have 5 of these. Let's see, where are the 2 big ones? These 2 are going to be pretty much the same size. And we know they're going to be 5 inches this way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 1/4. I'll just double check this one. Make sure y'all can see it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's about 1/4 inch. So these 2 big ones, let me pull back a little bit so y'all can see more. And then this is also going to be 5. And I'm only looking at this inner portion. I can do it this way, make it easier. And this one is 1, 2, 3. This is about 3 and might be 3 7/8. This one. 3 1/4. Let me double check that down here. It's 3 1/4. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my outer pieces for these. So, let me start with these. Let me just bounce around. All right, so with this one, we said this one was 5 by 4 1/4 inch. So I'm going to cut my inner sheet of paper 4 1/4, which leaves me 1/8 of an inch on either side, by looks by 4. Wait, not 4 1/4. All right, this is going to be 4 3/4 by 4. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. What'll it hurt? This chicken's really good on there too. All right. That I'm not actually going to use. Okay. I am going to do the pies. And sometimes you can use that hole in the space, but I can't for this one. So I need to make sure that my longer section is this way. So that's going to be 4 7/8 by 4. All right, so this one's going to be 4. Luckily, I've got more of this if I mess up. It could certainly happen. All right. That's not bad, although I wish I had made it just a touch smaller. And then this one's going to be, I'm going to try to get that edge. 4 3/4, I think actually what I said. Which should give me, yeah, that's going to be about the same size all the way around. Cute. So stinking cute. Okay. And again, this is kind of my thing. So I'm going to do those same dimensions for, I think, this big one. So I did 4. I've really got to think about it. Right. And I could move this up just a touch to give myself, to make that surrounding a little bit smaller, but I think I'm going to stick with what I'm doing. And an 1/8 of an inch just sometimes seems like a lot. All right, there we go. That one, and then this was 4 3/4. So that one's going to go there. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, and then these next 3, line them up. Yep, they're all about the same size. So these next ones we said are going to be, of course, 5. So this one's going to be 4 3/4, and then this side is 3. So I'm going to make this 3.5. 4 7/8 by 3.5. Okay. And this one doesn't really matter. That side's 3.5. Right. Maybe I'll go just a little bit over. 3.5 by 4 3/4. Let me check the fit. That's not bad. Okay. And then this one and this one. So this one's going to go with the yellow. So 3.5. I'm going to up the 3.5 by like 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to up this one by 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to try that on this one. Oh my word, look what I just did. I included the hole. So that was a mistake. It happens. I couldn't really see it. It was blending. It's okay. I got plenty. We've got plenty where that comes from, right? Let me find my chickadees and pull for the right side. Okay. So instead of 3.5, right there, right? Yes. And gotta utilize those 1/8 of an inch. Okay, let's see. That one's better. Okay, that one's a lot tighter, so a lot less frame. Although I don't mind the other frame. Okay, and so the same thing with this one. Three. And then 4. And cute. Oh, that one's practically perfect. All right, let me get this out of the way. This one over. And maybe you all can, maybe you all can tell, I actually should finish a thought process. I do like to do several at a time, especially when I'm doing these, because it just lends itself to doing a bunch at a time. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to punch, but I'm only going to punch, and this is just the way I do it. You do it, you know, everybody should do it the way that they enjoy, that resonates with them. I am just going to corner the top corners because I don't corner the bottom one, and you could. I mean, you absolutely could corner the bottom if you wanted to on the entire button. I just don't do it that way. And then I got this guy. I wasn't sure I was going to, come on. These weren't necessarily working for me as well earlier. Now I'm really liking the color combinations. I did find, and I just bought some different sort of planer files from Target. Files have gotten expensive. The box that I'm going to try to, the ones that I'm going to try to put in the ones that I use here, these are still like under $8 for 24, which I think is a fantastic price. But most of the ones that I found were more. They were more like at Target. Maybe $10 to $12 to $14 for 12. So I don't know. Okay, so far so good. So now I'm just going to go through and do a little attaching. Yep. And I think I'm going to get this one. Let's see if this one's still working. I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. Super important to get the edges. This glue is running a little bit more than I would like it to. Normally I like it to be, you know, it's going to spread well enough. And to put it down properly. That is important. So these make really, really fantastic recipe folders. I did a different video, and I just think that these are so cool as a gift. If there is someone new entering your family, or even, you know, a daughter or son or someone who you want to pass on a special recipe to, you know, how cool is it to put it into this sort of special recipe folder or index file for them to have permanently. I think that's cool. By the way, I love that too. This one was hard to pick because I think that that is so fun, but I like that too. So I'm just going to use this side this time. Luckily, I have more of everything. I can do the next one in this really pretty gingham. I see some people who can make just it's like they're drawing a really straight line when they do their glue, and I'm so impressed by those people. I can't do that. My glue is a little bit all over the place, but that's okay because it still sticks. Okay. And when you're done adding all of the papers and items to these are very substantial folders. These are like long-term folders. Going to be around for a while. I mean, unless you get them wet, I suppose. Don't get them wet. This one's the tightest. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. And that's really pretty too. Such hard choices. Did it just dry up on me? Oh my golly, it did. This glue is very fast drying, which is why I keep a number of little bottles of it. So if it does what it just did, oh my golly, we'll be good. I'll find one. There we go. Have y'all ever had that happen? Like you're in the middle of gluing something and the glue is just like, I'm done. It's like it's toying with me. Sorry, I do laugh a lot. I should have said at the beginning of the video, I often do sort of the whole process. I'm not just going to show you few quick things and then zoom ahead. I don't usually fast forward, but please feel free to fast forward. If you feel like this is getting too long, I'm talking too much, which is, highly possible. Or you've seen enough, please feel free to fast forward. I will say it does help our algorithms if you stick to the end, but I understand not wanting to do that. Okay. So now, the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to add in this piece. And some of these are going to be the same and some of them are not. All right, so these two are the same. This one, I think, is pretty close. This one's close. These are going to be bigger. All right. So I'm going to do the top pieces, and sometimes I'll put words in there. Usually I don't, because I think most people want to add their own words or stuff. But sometimes I do. And this is the part where it gets hard. Something like this, actually over here, something like this along the top, I think is just really, really sweet. And I think I might go ahead and use that one. I like that one. Right after I say, I don't normally do that, I do it. Just going with my flow. I know. Let me see if I can get these up. I'm kind of wondering if that would be nice at the top of there. Maybe. Sorry guys, this is the part where I slow down a little bit because I'm trying to find the perfect thing to go with the top. Like, I really like this, but maybe this would go better. I'm not actually sure. That does not actually go where I thought it would go. Maybe it works with the chickens. I don't know. Maybe. This is the part that will slow me down a little bit because I really like to work it out. One thing that I didn't do, but you sure can do, is I could have changed the orientation, and then I could have used some of these, which maybe I should have done, but I didn't. So, darn it. But I do have others. These square ones are perfect. Like the gather at the table. These kind of let's eat, best day ever. I like those. I like the baked with love, and I think I might be able to make that one work there, but I'm not looking for that right now. See, I'm so easily distracted. My husband and I have this sort of saying, oh, look, in the middle of a conversation, oh, look, a chicken. Like, this could be cute. I also really like the choose to be happy. That's really... All right. I'm going to leave those there. I'm not even looking at the thing I meant to be looking for. I'm meant to be looking... Meant to be? So, that's kind of cute. Can you see that one? I might do that one there. Trying to decide whether I want to do that one there. You can see I've already been into some of these. Get down to, these are all plain. This is the tough part. What to do, what to do. Oh, yeah, I've got these. I don't love that one, but I love that. I've used that in a couple of, and I love that. All right. Move all this back in here. I'm trying to keep it all together. All my bits and pieces. As I work through these. Okay. Let's see which ones are going to go with which. Maybe I'll use a couple for the same. All right. So I really like this one. I'm going to move these out of the way. Oh, sorry. I really did not mean to break into spontaneous song. That was not actually my intention. I wonder if I shouldn't just put that there. What do you think? So first I'm going to measure this one out. So this is really 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to be trimming some at the bottom. So I'm going to look at 4 by 1 for these. Both of these, those are both 4 by 1. That one, these 3. These 3 are 4 by 1, approximately. Okay, so trying to decide is so hard. I don't like that one there. I kind of like that one there. Looks a little bit like chicken wire. Oh no, I like this one with that. So what did I say, 4x1? Get my smaller slicer. I don't think that'll work. Trying to decide. I'm not going to get 4 off of there. Am I going to get 4 off of here? Yes. I'm going to do this as a 1-inch. And a 4-inch. And this one was for this one. Well, that's much too big. And this is where we get into the weeds, because I've got to be looking at this size. So I'm going to take another oh, there it is. How's that? That's not bad. And then, so I took off about 5/8 of an inch. And then I'm just going to go ahead and round those little corners. And then in goes this guy. That's very sweet. Very country. Let's see if this one's working. I almost put the glue on the wrong side. And sometimes you just got to get a lot of glue. Let's hope I can get it all in the right places. Just as I say that, let's hope I can get the right place, I slip and get glue on the outside. It's all okay. It's not a perfect science, is it? Cute. Okay, one down. Well, close to down. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put the white paper on the inside so that it makes it nice for cutting. And I'm kind of tempted to use this red one on these, and I think I will. This just makes me think of French villa type stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Because I don't know, but I think it's possible that this could give me an inch. Get rid of all of that little bits and pieces. And I'm not worried about the hole at the top at the moment. So I am going to cut this one. I really shouldn't do that. That was lucky. All right, it's just a good safety. I was just doing a safety thing for everybody. Keeping our fingers out of the middle is just a good safety reminder. This one doesn't quite work. Oh, I was so hoping I could make that one work. Let's see. Oh, you know what? It will work because I need to cut off that section anyway. Preferably without cutting off my finger, but you know. I'm just going to go with, that was just all on purpose. It wasn't. It was just me being clumsy. Okay. But that worked. And it's a good thing it was that blade and not the other one. The other one probably would have cut right through. Then we would have had to go to the hospital, and it would have been a pain in the neck. Then I would have had to redo the video. Safety first. While I'm working on finishing these last ones up, I just want to remind everybody of the really cool collaboration that that's going on with the Paper Stash Smash people group. They are just some hugely talented people. I am just someone lucky enough to hear about them and adding in my 2 cents. They are very generous with letting people just use their hashtag and add in. So that's how I heard about it. I know I watched some of these ladies, and they were talking on their channels about if you use the hashtag, then they'll include you in. That's cute. I don't normally, you know, honestly, I think I might do bees on bees on this one. Not normally. So if you have a chance, if you haven't already, started watching all of those great channels. I think there are 20 people in the collab. They are well worth the time. Am I getting that in there right? Ever just a touch. That is the great thing about the glue. You actually have the ability to do a quick, that's cute actually. I like the same color on that one. You have the ability to do like a quick reposition. I feel like the camera's so far away from everybody. All right, so that's 3. So we have these next couple. And for this one, I really am just going to do this. I think I'm also going to do this. Yep. I like that, especially with the pies. I need to get up early tomorrow. Little Britt had his jazz band concert, and so because Little Britt and I are both gluten-free, and there aren't a lot of other people around in the area that are gluten-free, so the caterer was making sure that they had gluten-free meals for us, which was wonderful. And I said, I'll make the gluten-free dessert because that's part of the deal. You know, that's what you do with some of these things. So I made this blueberry crumble, and so his band director, we had talked about it. It's something that she also makes, but I make it slightly differently. And I said, well, I'll make some and we can compare. And that's what I did. I made it both ways. I made it her way and I made it my way. And I brought both pans and of course set them out. And just the funniest thing was that it was the first dessert to go. And so she ended up not getting any. which, 1, 2, 3, 3/4, which was not the intention. So, because she was up there directing the band, so she didn't get to eat until after. And so I said tomorrow night is the concert for all 3 of the middle school bands. And I said I would go ahead and, because we have to, she and I are both staying after not all the kids can make it home and back and forth. So I'm going to keep a group of kids with me, and she's going to get some things taken care of before they have to be back for the band. Anyway, I'm making the 2 crumbles, and it's really, I call it a crumble because it just makes it sound fancier. It is they're dump cakes, really. And one, she makes hers with pineapple, and I usually make mine without. I just use the pie filling. It's just the easiest thing in the world. And for us, for gluten-free, it's not always easy to find easy. So, all right. So right now, this is what we've got. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want to put anything on these. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, that would have been cute for the bees. That's probably meant to go with the bees. I didn't even think about that. I'll do it with the next one. If you're doing this, if you get this pad, because I'm sure that Echo Park still has it. And by the way, Echo Park is having like some really nice big sales right now. You know, just if you're interested. Anywho, I lost my train of thought. That's not a shocker. Happens all the time. Where was I? Dump cake. So I'm going to make some for the 2 of us to have a little treat before the concert. And they are, she's so good about making sure that my son has, if they're doing anything for the band, she's just so good about making sure there are gluten-free options in everything they're getting. If it's pizza, he gets a gluten-free pizza. If it's dessert, she finds him a gluten-free dessert. And, you know, I will say teachers are just some of the most giving people. Oh, that one worked out well. Let's see if that one looks slightly uneven to me. I'm gonna do a little, just a touch of a trim. Okay. It was slightly uneven. So I think I don't want to do anything else to the bee one, because to me, I'm not sure that's going to turn into a recipe. This one might end up just being for pictures or something else completely. So I'm going to leave that one undone. This little let's eat, it's going to work for pretty much anything. So definitely going to have that. Best day ever. It just makes me think of a wedding. I'm putting that one aside. All right, let me see what else I've got here. So I like the gather at the table one. I like the gather. I always have a hard time with these. I don't know why. So that one to me is more of a journal card. I'm going to put that away for something journal-y. That's the official word, journal-y. Cute. All right, so this one could also go with any of these. got two. I'll make some decisions. Not sure. And I very much like these. And I think these on the bigger cards with a little bit more trim. So let me give these a shot. Wasn't too bad. Now I know that this one is too big. I'm going to try to get that one to line up, and I'm going to take off, get that one a little further down. I have to remember if I cut it, it's done. So. All right, I'm going to take a little bit more off the bottom, not a lot. This one's going to get kind of a shave on the bottom. Yeah, I like that better. How cute. All right, and then where's my other big one? So this is the other big one. I definitely need to bring that one under control. What I like to do is, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm lining it up with the inner part of this clear protective piece. And when you have, make sure I'm putting in the right one. Yeah. When you have that, it helps. So I am just getting these just lined up. And last one. I promise it's the last one. And that pretty much gave me a fairly even-sided, cute piece. Okay. Now, I am not going to put another piece underneath these. I'm going to do a quick decision about what's going where. That's actually going to go there. That one goes there. I like that there. Or do I like these like this? I kind of like those like that. Okay. Oh, here, so you can see. All right, so I am going to do a really quick with these. I got to get it all the way in there, or I'm gonna, I don't know why sometimes I've got to do a little smashy, knock a little sense into the thing. There. So all of these are getting cornered. If you're new to this, and you know, if you're using something like this, making sure that you seat it properly. So when I put it in, I have to make sure that the sides are like fully in. If this is a little bit off like that, it's going to completely change it. and you're probably not going to like the result. So just really push it in, and before you punch, make sure it's seated properly. I know this from just massive experience. Let's see. Oh, this is so cute. Sometimes we get in a hurry. All right. Now we do a little attaching. And again, you do really want to make sure that you're getting the corners. The middle will generally take care of itself, but I'm trying to get right over the top of this. Make it nice and straight. So before I really press, because I actually still have a little bit of movement. It's cute. I probably should have inked the sides of that, but I didn't, so that's just the way it is. It's still fine. I am not always a perfectionist, but sometimes. Okay. Sure. I am super duper liking these. I'm glad I could use these big ones. And you do not have to put anything on the front of these. You could just leave them plain. I think they're just as cute. Like the bee one is just as cute as the rest of them without anything else, any other embellishments on it. I really do. It's pretty straight. See, I didn't think that was going to be one of my favorites, but it is now that it's done. And this one again, really I should ink the sides, but just not. Because I like it the way it is, too. Maybe that ever just a touch. I love how the pies are all showing up underneath there. Okay. Now, we have one more thing to do. I know, you're like, Sharon, it's already an hour long video. Oh, sorry. Okay, so the inside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7.5 by 5. So we're going to want this to be 7.25 by 5 by 4 and 3/4. 7.25, and that's going to be the same. Which one's it? For these three? Yeah. So I have this lovely white paper, but because I need to make it 7.25. Okay, so I'm going to start by doing the 4 3/4. And I'm going to do, I only need 3 of those, so a sheet and a half will do. I feel like this is 2 sheets. So this is just like a 65 card stock, this one right here. And to be fair, I should have cut the 7 first, but I didn't. That's okay. So 7 1/4, right? Wait, right? I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, 7 1/4. So yeah, it would have been smarter for me to cut the sheet of paper first, the big one. So I've got those. I'm going to go ahead and do the measurements on this. We know this is going to be 4 3/4, and the inside is going to be 8 1/4. So it's not going to need a whole lot of cutting down. Oh. 8 1/4. Because it's 8 1/2 right now, so. And then this is going to be 4 and it all goes, I mean, it's going to be a little over an hour, but that's with picking some papers and making 5 of these beginning to end. Yes, I don't know who I'm trying to convince. You're me. All right. And then with these, I do all the corners. What's those? Let's see if I can do 3 of these at once. Yeah. Just line them up properly. And that's done. That goes back in its drawer. Now, I will tell you, before I put these in, I do the fold. I just find, for me, this just works easier. And you could use your bone folder if you want to. You could also use tape, glue gun, or whatever. I don't buy glue gun, the ATG gun. I am partial to my glue. Yeah, I think I measured these correctly. If not, I'll fix it. We'll find out in a minute. Yeah. So it's gonna fit inside. This is gonna be our last step, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and this will help me seat it properly. Because And then I can do this. There we go. There's one. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones and then show you the final. So I thought we could do the last one together. Glue it closed. All right. And, oh, look at that. And the last one is the only one that's going to give me problems, right? Right. That's hilarious. It really is. It's like, hey, this is going so nice and easy. Let's do the last one together. And then, okay. It really is nice and easy. And these are so fun. I mean, you can certainly do special recipes in here. And I love the idea of these being recipe gift cards for people. I never thought about it. I just said recipe gift cards and I wasn't thinking about it like that. But yeah, I mean, you could write a special recipe on here and actually give this to someone as a gift card. Need a big envelope. There we go. They are done. So in a little over an hour, we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these really cool recipe gift cards. I'm pretty happy. I am pretty happy. I hope you are too. I hope you enjoyed it. I really, really do. Again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And if you feel like sharing the ones that you made, I'd love for you to join our Facebook channel, which is Little Brit & Co. on Facebook. And yeah, show me what you made. I would love to see it. I really enjoy seeing all your creations. Until next time, cheers, guys.